All right. Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. I did the work, and they didn't pay me. Or I did the work, they wrote me a hot check. What do I do? I see this all the time on the forums. And for anybody who's been in business any amount of time, you know the answer to that, or you should. But I crack up at some of the most stupidest replies that you see on there. Oh, I'll go to their house and whoop their ass. You know, do that. Let me know how that works out for you. Because, one, if you're in, many parts of the United States, you're either going to end up in jail or you're going to end up shot. You go on another person's property and try to assault them. That's one of the most stupidest things I ever. I whoop their ass. I go get their ass whooping. yeah, you Mr. Badass, all right. The other thing is, I've seen everything. Well, I just go. I built the deck. They didn't pay for it. I just go take that deck down. Well, once again, once you step back on their property, you're trespassing if they don't allow you there. Then you start taking something you built. Well, that's theft. So, see how stupid that is? Oh, man. I mean, you wonder, you see this stuff, and then it's easy to understand why some people can't stay in business. I mean, because of stupid attitudes and thought processes like that. There's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. Okay, so let's say that you did the job, and they say they don't like it and they ain't gonna pay you. Now you can get all mad and all huffy puffy and threaten and all that, which doesn't lead you to nothing other than more trouble. Or you can be smart about it and say, okay, now if they don't pay you, I'd rather them write me a hot check as not pay me. Because you got in my opinion, you got a lot more power and more likely getting paid if they write you a hot check. Because guess what? Writing a hot check, every place I know of will land you in jail real quick. The DA is going to give you some time to make that check good, but if you don't, they're going to come after you. So yeah, but I did the work, you didn't pay me, what do? You go down, you file a lien on their house. Now, if you did, I've seen one example, a boy did work and it was a renter. Another example was a contractor had hired a handyman to do some work, and the contractor didn't pay him. Guess what? You can still put a lien on that house. Is it right? Well, in regard to me getting paid for my family, it's right. I'm sorry. I hate to lien your house when you just chose a bad contractor. But you can lien it. In fact, most places you can lien a house for very little reasons at all. So, we got an accident up here. Out here raining, everybody thinks they're Mario Andretti. So yeah, if they don't pay you, you lien the house. If you do work for a renter and you don't get that landlord's or the owners of the house permission, that's kind of on you, but you could, in a lot of areas, still lien the house. I'm telling you people, you don't understand how powerful a lien is. You need to brush up on it and learn. Okay, so that's your option. You lien the house. Now it may be 20 years, and you'll have to keep renewing that lien. But also in a lot of states, you can collect interest on that lien. So be smart about it, because you getting shot or thrown in jail for trespassing or burglary or any of that other stuff ain't gonna help you and your family at all. It's just stupid. But let's say they wrote you a hot check. I've had investors do this to me a lot. That's why I don't take checks from investors. A lot of investors will have an account for every house. Okay, then they close the account. Oh, we're going to get this old boy and we'll drag him along. Write me that hot check, see what happens. But you just take it to the DAs. Because just I've worked in several states and DA doesn't play around. So yeah, let's say the homeowner or whoever writes you a hot check and you're trying to get paid. I give them one warning. Look, because I know things happen. Sometimes you think you got money in this account and you try this. I mean, you wrote a check, you forgot about it, you didn't put it in the ledger or whatever, and you're overdrawn. I get it. It happens. I've done it. If they're not prompt in making that check good, that pretty much tells you they knew it was bad to begin with. And I just tell them right now, look, I'm giving you like 3 days to come up with money, or I'm going to be taking a check to the district attorney's office. Okay, which brings me to my next point, my next thought. Make sure when you take that check, you look at it. Make sure it's not post-dated. Make sure it has your name on, not the cash, but your name. I hate looking at checks in front of people because I think it makes them, projects that I don't trust them. But guess what? I don't trust them. Not anymore. You name it, I've had it thrown at me. So I look at the check. I make sure it's made out either to my business name or to me. Make sure the right date's on it. And make sure they signed it. I can't tell you how many times I went and, well, it hadn't been one, it was a couple times. After they do it to you once or twice, you wise up. And there's no signature. Oh, I forgot to sign it. Because if they don't sign it, you're really, you take the check in, well, they stole a check. So make sure. But this is what happens if you don't get paid or they write you a hot check. Don't be stupid about it. It happens. It's happened since the beginning of time. It'll happen till the last day of time. You just got to be smart about it. If they don't pay you, you lien the house. You let them know, I'm going to lien your house if you don't pay me. Doesn't matter if you did the work for a contractor. Doesn't. Now, like I said, the landlord, the renter hires you, you do the work on the house. Anytime I know that situation come up, I get the permission from the landlord. Because if the renter skips out without paying you, then it's up to the landlord, and he can just say, I knew nothing about it. So that is one trap. So and that's also why you should use a contract. Signed contract before you begin work. So anyway, that's just about it for me this morning. I just simply cannot get over the replies, the Facebook warriors, the construction contractor groups warriors who's, oh, I'll whoop their ass, I'll go tear that house down. Yeah, you do that. Let me know how that works out for you. It's just, that old adage, it's better to be thought it full than open your mouth and have all doubt removed. That applies to these people, that adage. Because you know damn good and well they don't go do that, or they wind up in jail. I might wind up in jail, but I'm going to whoop some ass. Okay, you betcha. You're in jail, you get behind your mortgage, truck payment, whatever. Lose all that. Kids, wife and kids, they don't have nothing to eat. You lose shit because you want to be Billy Badass and you're not smart enough to go at this the smart way. You betcha. Carry on, Billy Badass. Anyway, hey, Donald, Blue Collar DIY. Don't forget to like and subscribe down there. Click the little bell so you'll get notified every time I post a video. And I'm gonna get off here and drive. It's raining. That dumb wind wreck back there. Ugh, people. Anyway, hey, I appreciate y'all, and be looking for my next video. Goodbye.